Hi Cancer, this is your horoscope for December 2017. Mercury, the communication planet, goes into retrograde from the 2nd until the 22nd of December, and that happens in Sagittarius in your 6th house. So you're going to notice communication issues when it comes to your day-to-day routine and your work and your commute to work. So maybe delays in terms of the trains, things not appearing the way they should, appointments going awry. So, if you do work with appointments, things like that, make sure people remember to show up and to actually appear, and make sure everything is kind of dealt with and organized in a really good way so you avoid any kind of issues. On the 3rd of December, we've got a full moon in Gemini, and this is an 11-11. It's a really kind of important energy. I've made a separate video on this full moon, so have a look at that if you're interested. It happens in your 12th house of spirituality. So it really signals this doorway opening in terms of your spiritual life. So if you want to make use of that, then check out that other video. On the 11th of December, going through until New Year's, Saturn begins to conjunct the Sun in your 6th house. So in terms of your identity, in terms of the way you see your life, it becomes much more rigid. Saturn is somewhat conflicted though until the 20th. So you're rigid, but you're indecisive. So, okay, I don't like this about my life, but I'm not willing to change it. From the 20th onwards, you become much more willing to take action and to make changes. So don't, torture yourself between the 11th and the 20th saying, I don't like this, but I can't make any changes to it. Just relax, notice what you don't like, and then from the 20th onwards, be decisive, take action, and just do it much more easily. On the 17th of January, also going through past New Year's until the 6th of January 2018, Mars, the archetypal male principle, is next to Jupiter, the good luck planet, in your 5th house of romance. So that's great. And it trines Neptune in your 9th. And Neptune is the dream planet. The 9th is what could happen in the future. So this is a wonderful time for you to make your dreams a reality when it comes to your love life and your hopes and dreams when it comes to your romantic experiences. There is also the other side to this where you may feel hard done by in terms of your relationship, in terms of what's happened in the past year. So you got a choice. You can either focus on 2017 and say, oh, that was terrible and that didn't work out and I give up. Or you can say, I'm drawing a line under this. Just because 2017 didn't work for me relationship-wise, doesn't mean 2018 isn't going to work. So the second option obviously feels much more hopeful and much more positive. Use the energy to kind of manifest who you want in 2018 and get clear on that process. When I manifest stuff, I like to write down what I want, and then at the bottom I write, or something beyond my wildest dreams, or what the universe wants for me, or what God's will is for me. Because that opens it up to everyone else. So you're not prescribing to the universe exactly what you want, because the universe always has better things in store for you than you can even imagine. On the 18th, going until New Year's, we got Saturn now conjuncting Venus. And same thing with it being in Sagittarius until the 20th. You're going to be uncertain about what you love, who needs protecting, who you want to remain connected to, and who you don't. It's like the tower going up the right way around and going upside down, and it's just back and forth. So the 18th and 19th is uncertain when it comes to your love life. From the 20th onwards, you're going to be very, very certain in terms of what you want to do about your love life, where you will see this going, and decisions will be easy. So decisions about your personal life, your working life, and your love life become much, much easier from the 20th of December onwards when Saturn moves out of Sagittarius into Capricorn. Now, the new moon happens on the 18th as well. The new moon is in Sagittarius. That's when the moon is totally black. I'll make a separate video on this. But for you, again, it happens in your 6th house of daily routine and work. So you're kind of ahead of the game here a little bit in terms of thinking about where you're going to be next year, what you want to do for yourself when it comes to your work, and how you can do things that will really allow you to shine. The love life kind of thing is going on in the background. The new moon is much more about new beginnings for you in terms of work, career, and that daily routine. Now on the 20th, Saturn, the planet of structure and scrutiny, which is an outer planet and moves very slowly, does move into Capricorn, and it only changes sign once every 2.5 years. So it's really kind of a biggie. I've tried to make a video on this about 5 times, but I failed each time. A tractor came along and started cutting off the trees once, then I got rained on. Then I was filming and I made the mistake of filming outside, and there was a footpath behind me. And I was 22 minutes in, and this cyclist cycled up behind me, and that was fine. I was just like, you know, if she drives past, no problem. But I was in the middle of a sentence and she stopped and started talking to me. No, I lost my thread, so I couldn't do that video then. And it's kind of interesting that I'm struggling with the Saturn in Capricorn video, because Saturn in Capricorn is actually quite happy. It rules Capricorn. It's all about getting down to work and really taking responsibility for where you're at in life and saying, if you want to make changes, it's all down to you. If you work hard, you can do it. Now, we all know that you can work as hard as you want sometimes and nothing happens. So Saturn in Capricorn is going to put all the responsibility on you. It's better than Sagittarius, don't get me wrong, because Saturn in Sagittarius can't decide. Should I stay? Should I go? Should I change jobs? Should I not change jobs? It was total indecision. It was back and forth all over the place. In Capricorn, it's now going to get much more decisive, as you saw with the other planets during the month. And just make sure that you ask for help and that you continue to have a little bit of fun and that it doesn't all become work. So even your relationships, okay, my girlfriend is unhappy, I will work harder to make sure she's happy. You can't, it doesn't work like that, you know? Like, instead of doing that, say, what's the matter? You know, communicate instead of saying, something's the matter, it must be my fault, I have to correct it. That's what Saturn in Capricorn is going to make you assume automatically. And it's in your 7th house, so it's in your relationship sector. So don't take on too much responsibility, especially when it comes to other people, because you're not responsible for other people. On the 21st, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, the winter solstice is the shortest day of the year. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, it's the longest. And for you, we've got the Sun and Venus sitting together in your 6th, so is Mercury. So it's a great time for you to connect with friends and to talk to colleagues and people who are experienced in where you want to go, especially when it comes to your ideas about your work in future. That's what the winter solstice is going to be very good for. The 24th of December, so Christmas Eve, we've got Venus sitting in Sagittarius just underneath your descendant. You've got loads of energy in your 7th house and very Capricorn-y energy. Pluto, Black Moon Lilith, the Sun, Midheaven, and Saturn. So when it comes to your relationship, it's work. Okay, you're going to approach Christmas as, okay, this is work. I have to be here and I have to show up and I have to be polite. And you really take it seriously, so don't expect a lot of issues at Christmas. Instead, you're going to be kind of present but thinking about other things like your love life and what you want to do for work and future. So again, allow yourself to have a little bit of fun. Venus goes into your 7th house on the 25th, also in Capricorn. So you become even more serious. So make sure you deliberately inject some enthusiasm and fun into this and that you're actually present. New Year's Eve. The moon is in Gemini in your 12th house. That's wonderful because you're connected with yourself. You become reflective. You say, 2017 is over. What did I learn from it? What did I get from it? And what do I want to improve in 2018? So you really go into the new year on a positive note. Optimistic, looking forward to the future, really good. So, you know, starting the new year with that kind of energy is really going to help you. So, couldn't be much better than that. That's what I get for you in December. I hope it gives you an idea of what you're working with. If you'd like a private reading with me, then get in touch via the website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to audio reading. Please remember to subscribe to this channel, and I'll speak to you next month.